So, I don't know what is the tradition in Romania, but the oldest guy is closing the event. And after Kai, who created quite some cortisone, I am delivered here to bring you the dopamine. What was it? Dopamine. But the most easiest way to go to the country where I come from. I'm from the Netherlands, so Amsterdam. Let's visit a coffee shop. Yeah. I'm not a dealer, although I am a dealer. I was the founder and I was the CEO of ISDC, and we deal in software. And software is also a kind of dealership, because you give a little bit, and then the customer cannot live without it anymore. And it's very legal, and it pays better than heroin, by the way. So that's a little bit my background. Yes, that's an ordinary day at the office. I will come to that later. Challenge to change leadership from adventure to strategy. You heard it all today. So finally, yeah, what can I add to that? I'm not a scientist. I think all of you, I have the lowest education. I would not say I'm a self-made man, but after my high school I did a little bit business school, and then I thought, working is more interesting than developing an academic career. So the only thing I can deliver to you is my challenge to change. And maybe there are in the audience already people who are very good in changing. Just listen, throw it over your shoulder, do whatever you want to do with it. I need one?
To see yourself on the table.
Okay. Maybe I should. Okay, it's not too loud now. So do with it whatever you want. It's a little bit my business life story, not my total life story, so it's not of your business. It's getting warm a little bit, so give me one break. Yeah, it's only the jacket, huh? Come on, don't worry. Oh, can I do that? I have some ornaments with me. Can I do it without? Yep, here it is.
It's more complicated.
Oh God, should I put my jacket on again? This is brutal time, huh? I don't lose my minutes now.
No, I will.
Okay.
I will count.
So in the meantime, you can chat a little bit with somebody you did not chat today at all. It's also a little bit about changes. Bina, what's the mess? Yeah? Change. Some assumptions about change, and I would like to keep it personal, and it's not a scientific approach. So change. Is change easy? For who is change easy? To change something easy? Who is a smoker here? I'm the only one. It's difficult to quit? It's very difficult to quit. People came here, and I'm watching today in a very beautiful event, by the way, compliments, really good. And I see people going there, having a nice chat, and they're going to sit here again. Who changed this place more than once? Mulțumesc. So change is creating fear, it's creating uncertainty, it's creating doubt. Ooh, who's the guy next to you? And who's that? Okay, even when you are a beautiful woman, the man doesn't even want to change place to sit next to you. So change, by default, is very difficult. So there is a natural resistance to change inside, and if you have the guts to change, oh God, the environment will come and say, my God, what are you doing? Are you rare? Are you an imbecile? So if you want to make a change, the whole society, the church, the family, the school, everybody said, hey, act normal. So we are also trained to act normal. Is it easy? No, it's not easy. Does it come voluntary? Changing things don't come voluntary. I think Kay gave a beautiful presentation, and also Katie this morning. Change don't come voluntary. Change come with drama, disaster, with terrible things. And somehow we want to eliminate drama out of our lives. But there is a contradiction in that. We like to read books with drama. The most beautiful plays of Shakespeare is tragedy. All the operas, we like to look at drama, as long as it's not our life. But the dramas will change the people's lives. That's why we like to look at it. The Americans call it the heroism. Oh God, the guy was down and now he's up again. Great, that shift. So we are also taught in that way. We can change one thing. No, we put a lot of energy in one thing we cannot change. That's our environment. Or the people around you. Your partner, your husband, or your wife, your children. We call it growing up the children. No, you want to change them. You like to change your colleague. And I found out there's only one thing you can change. I found it out this morning. And that's everything everybody in this place wants to change. That's to change your mother-in-law. And the only way to do it is divorce from your partner. But okay, that has some consequences. That's the only thing maybe you can change. But imagine what you try to do in all these changes. You put a lot of energy in things you cannot change. You complain about a lot of I mean not you, the audience, but we all complain about a lot of things we know we cannot change. Oh, the politicians and this and that and that. Okay, take that for granted. Don't complain about that anymore. For me personally, changes in life did not come voluntarily. I like life, I can do a lot of other things, but when I really had to change things in my life, I had to enter into a drama, a nasty situation. A situation where the circumstances changed, that I had to act, to change my mentality in what I have to or what do I want to. Before I picture a little bit my life, I did a nice school, was a nice guy, my parents loved me, so there were no dramas. The worst drama what happened in my life, that my dog died, so that's not a tragedy, although for a child can be a tragedy, but I don't need a psychiater for that. So I had a beautiful career, started at Volkswagen Audi and Porsche, went to Ericsson, worked as a division manager at Continental Tires, worked at Nokia, beautiful career, salesman, nice lease car, nice wife, also, yeah, that's not plural, by the way. So nothing was wrong with my life. And if there was something wrong, it was maybe my dissatisfaction that my colleagues earned more money than I did. And when I was dissatisfied, there was a great new thing on this planet, it's called alcohol, and I could drink it, and you could forget it and continue the next day. Also, the last job I had, I was traveling around the world. For 2 years I was working in a company, and I've been in almost every country between Portugal and the Philippines. Been in beautiful situations, and I was passionate. Everywhere where I worked, I was passionate about what I did. At a certain moment, on Monday morning, I had a wrap-up. I was a sales manager in a company and I had to report back. And normally there were 2 people in the room, and now there were 8. I thought, I'm not that good that 8 people should listen to me. Oh, I evolved in the meantime, by the way. And they were asking questions so strange, and I could give answers. Hey, what is your report? What is your business forecast? What's your scoring percentage? And I was on track, really. I earned money for that company. And then everybody left, and the owner stayed there and said, Cor, this is your last day at the office. If I look back, I can kiss the man. But believe me, that was not my first nature. Yeah. It was a terrible experience what happened at that moment. If you work for a company you believe in and you put all your energy and your passion in it, and suddenly somebody tells you, fuck off. So first, when I came home, and I still could take my car, and I went home, and I told my wife, okay, I'm unemployed. It's a nice word, unemployed. That's sacked, what it means. So then 3 things happened at that moment. First, about emotions. Dan, this morning, you used a nice word, humiliated. You feel so worthless. You are also angry about things, and my God, why did they sack me? Because I was good, that I did do that, but because, okay, all these arguments are not important, but the energy you spend with all these emotions, you have to go through. You cannot skip, okay, I read a book, how to deal with anger management, skip that, no. Because that's complete of my whole story. It's really also a little bit bullshit. I can transfer my knowledge to you. 10 minutes left. Okay, good. I can transfer my knowledge to you, but I'm able to transfer my experience to you, my feelings to you. So the only example why I'm telling you this, maybe you come in such a situation that you recognize, hey, I've heard this before, and then act accordingly like that. So the facts, I was unemployed, no money, nice wife, nice house, 2 kids, you need something to eat, you need something to drink, and in our country, it's like here, you need some money to pay that for. So a couple of days later, I started, of course, we are a little bit American already, we started a lawsuit. I got some money, but I lost. From my feeling, I lost. Whatever money you get, because you're hurt inside, you lose a little bit of your dignity, of your trust in yourself. Because if you see all the papers in this lawsuit, if you read all the shit about yourself, you might think, my God, maybe it's true. Partially, maybe it was true. Because somebody else, and one of the speakers said this morning, hey, I'm not here in reality, it's a dream, you're all dreaming. I'm not here, it's only your perception that I'm here. Now that was also a perception of him, and he was absolutely in conflict with my reality. So I could go back to Continental as a division manager. I could back to Nokia as a sales manager in Nokia. But it did not feel good. It was the secure way. I could have a good income, drive a nice company car, go on holiday, and continue my life. But the drive in me, what changed, I promised myself in front of the mirror, is not a joke, I never, ever work for a boss in my life again. It's a very nice statement, but if you need something to eat in your fridge, and you go to the supermarket and say, hey, come on, give me these things, and I never work for somebody else again, nobody is interested in you. Show the money. And in this, what do I want to avoid? I'm a loyal guy. The companies where I worked for, I was really contributing, and of course you make mistakes, but I really love to work for them. So I want to work in a place where loyalty is very important. I'm an independent guy. I want to do what I want. A little bit like that. I want to do what I want, my direction, because I believe in myself and not somebody else to tell me what I have to do. So independency is a value. It was in my veins, in my genes, but I never explored it. And also the fairness. Work in a company where people are fair to each other, honest and transparent. So that were my values. And I was thinking, going back to Nokia, going back to Continental Tires, with a really promising career, could I find these values there? Most of the values I could find there, but the independence and the loyalty that somebody else could hurt me, decided me to do something else, and that was the creation of ISDC. Not really the creation, ISDC existed already. There were 3 very brilliant programmers working. That was an opportunity. The opportunity was unknown for me in software. I'm not a software guy. I don't even understand anything about IT. I found out also in my personality, in my qualifications, I'm a salesman. I can link a market with somebody who is delivering the things. I can communicate, I can seduce the customer to buy something from me. And if you can do that, you can also do other things, don't worry. So my qualities and my values I combined. And then I started this eyes to see. If I would have known that eyes to see would be a #1 software company in Cluj, or even in Romania, with 150 people working here, 20 people in the Netherlands, I would have run away. I would have been scared. So I started something I did not know. Only I used my qualities and I used my values. That was the big change. The change could have, the biggest mistake I could have made at that moment was the money. Do I go for the money? Do I want to be rich? Do I want to drive a Ferrari or a Porsche? Yes, of course I want, but it was not my target. So the money and the success is a result of your actions, the result of the combinations of your values that define how authentic are you in what you're doing, and combined with the qualities. And then the result could be good, because starting a company yourself, the chance of going bankrupt is even bigger. So money was not the drive. 10 minutes left?
5.
Yes, that's what I say, 10 minutes. Little bit short. That was one change, and you think, Gata, I'm there, relax the rest of my life. That's the way I'm gonna do it. Forget it. What I learned that all the changes in the company, in my life, are caused by crisis. I'm in the IT industry. Now I can picture you some crisis. The crisis we have at this moment, or started 2 years ago, the crisis we had at the millennium, the crisis we had in 1990, when the hardware market, IBMs and all these companies really went down. What I found out that all these crises made the company better. Of course, but we would never have done it voluntarily. We were not that intelligent people and sitting, oh my God, this is going to be the market and this is going to be the... No, the circumstances changed us, improved us by force. But instead of being afraid of that, embrace them and use them. I have to give you one example, also going to Romania. A successful company in the Netherlands going to Romania with my colleagues in the board Monday morning. Monday mornings are very famous in my life. Sometimes terrible. Why to go to Romania? The corruption, the culture, the distance, the bureaucracy, the short-term thinking, and all these things. My God, I had and it was on a big shield, whiteboard. And I took the pen, and I only write down capacity of labor. High educated capacity of IT specialists with a passion for technology. Now believe me, these people don't exist in the western part of the world, hardly anymore. So we came here not for cheap labor, we came here for qualified people. What we did do, so the stress was there to do it, and everybody was really stressed about it, adapt the advantage and acknowledge the disadvantage. So we created a company here. Okay, the management, the lack of management skills is there. Use a lot of money to develop your people to a management level. The business process know-how is not here. Nobody in our business knows something about mortgage, insurance, customer relation management, supply chain management. Get the money, bring the trainers, and bring them to that level. So stress creates also good things. The stress, I split up with my partner, my business partner, I think 2 years ago. And believe me, Dutch guy, running a Romanian company, 2,000 kilometers away from my house, I was scared like death. What would be the impact? He was the father of the company. What would happen if 12 leading people in my company would leave? My God, I will be bankrupt. What happened? The guy left, and it was very abrupt. What happened? The people below, at the other level, the second level, not the top executive level, they stepped forward. They believed in the DNA of this company. It was not in a person, it was not only one person carrying this DNA. No, without speaking, without having a debate, the company grew. 12 people, professional people, stepped forward to take the lead. So things you are scared for, embrace them sometimes, and finally you're scared for the situation, but the situation most of the time turns to be in a positive way. The result, 2 minutes. The result. What I did, maybe that's the result. So you can see I wear a suit. I can call a customer. I can write. I learned that. And I can put off my shoes and do what I want. So this picture, there was a cover story of a magazine that was about entrepreneurship and independency, the challenge to change. Finally, this was the result. It was never my ambition to sit down in this way, but I feel very free. The result is that I feel very energized, that you attract, when you are authentic, whatever your authenticity is, you attract people which share the same value. You create the momentum. You make a company with a fighting spirit. And finally, I'm a happy person, and also business-wise, I'm not very unsuccessful. Last year, sold 40% of the shares. Believe me, I don't have to worry anymore about that part. What is my story for you? Being a Musafir, Aish, and being in your city for 11 years, and I can really explain a lot of things I don't like, because in the meantime I feel it's like a relationship. It's like a love and hate relationship. But some messages for you. So my story, do with it whatever you want. It's my story, it's not your story. But maybe you recognize in the future, not when you're 20, but when you're 30, when you work for a company, you believe in, and shit happens, think about an opportunity. And think about your values, envisioning your values. What is important for you, the why. Not what kind of company, how you want to do it, why you want to do it. And that's your DNA. And you will find the people who carry you there. And by the way, you have to work like hell. And you have to be committed and dedicated. There's no private life, and you have to go for it. My message to you. So embrace difficult circumstances. Envision your values, and that's not one time, you should do it more frequently. Have the courage to act, to outstand, to be different. The courage. I'm mad, and the people around me are all high intelligent, and they can explain me perfectly why the situation is as it is in Romania. Explaining, great. There was a saying of Audrey Hepburn, don't explain, don't complain, nobody fucking cares. Yeah? So instead of using all that energy, yeah, use it to bring a change, and bring the change. What I did do, what I finally found out, and I was not aware of that moment, but looking back, that I honored myself and I believed in myself, and I was the author of my own ambition. It's a scary thing, believe me. The result is great, but the process is also scary. Another message, yeah, no, that's enough. What I see in Cluj, I love this place. The reason why we came here, a huge potential. Can you explain me why a not very educated guy from the Netherlands can be very successful in Romania? So if I can do it, finish the sentence. Huge, yes we can, yeah. So, yes, okay, it's a little bit the same, of course. Yes, you can. We can is better. Right? Create a momentum. What I like about this event, and I'm also, when I stepped out last year as the CEO, I dedicated myself to Cluj. Not to Cluj, not to all the politicians, but I dedicate myself to young people who want to change, who want to go somewhere. I like to do my speech for JCI. I'm connected to ISEC. I'm with the Human Resource Management Group. I'm with the Romanian young managers. I like that because one thing is missing so much in this country, a role model. And I'm in many ways not a role model. Ask my wife, I'm really not a role model, but a role model that if you believe in something, you can get somewhere, if you are consistent in it. And there are very successful people in Romania. That is something else than rich people, because the rich people are not the successful people in this country. The people who drive the biggest car, no, skip that part, you know that story, I don't have to explain it to you. but be a role model. So if you, from today, start to guide each other, to support each other, instead of nagging to each other, oh, he's my competitor. No, guide each other. If everybody, when he is on the age of 30, 35, adopt a young student, which is in the beginning of his career, and be an example in everything what you do, I think you can start change your own life, but also change the community. That momentum is starting here today. And I believe what's happening at this moment, and there's a big crisis. You thought the crisis started in Romania 2 years ago? Forget it. It started recently. It's a good example that shocks only change people. The government could have changed already 20 years ago. But now the bully IMF is saying, if you don't do this, then this will happen. And suddenly they can create laws in 2 weeks. Great, so they are creative. And very creative, yeah. So it's possible. That's the time. So instead of nagging about it, because you cannot change anything about it, embrace it. Because in this there will be presented a lot of new opportunities. I'm very happy to be here. I love this place. And come on, it can be much, much more beautiful. Thank you very much.